What sets your heart racing? That pulse, that heat, that pull you can't resist. You call it lust, desire, a spark that consumes you. You chase it, relentlessly, a new lover, a fleeting thrill, a moment that promises everything.
But does it deliver? Carl Jung, the sage who unraveled the human soul, saw through the illusion. It's not lust. It's not passion. It's emptiness. A void inside you, screaming to be filled. Harsh truth, you're not chasing love, you're running from yourself. Jung wrote, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls." That fire you chase? It's not out there. It's not in their eyes, their touch, their promises. It's in you, buried, ignored, starving. You feel it, don't you? That ache, that hunger. It's not for another. It's for the self you've abandoned, the truth you've dodged, the life you haven't claimed. Ever felt it? That rush that fades too fast, that high that leaves you hollow. What are you really after? The fire is seductive. It's electric. A glance across a crowded room, a whispered word, a moment that makes you feel alive. You think this is it, the answer, the fix. You dive in, heart first, head last. You lose yourself in the chase. A new face, a new body, a new promise of forever. But then what? The spark dims, the thrill fades, the emptiness creeps back, stronger, louder. Why? Because the fire you chase is a mirage. It's not love. It's not even lust. It's a distraction, a way to avoid the mirror, to avoid you. I knew someone once. Mark, charismatic, always chasing, always falling, a new lover every few months. She's the one, he'd say, eyes bright. Weeks later, he'd crash, restless, empty. He'd move on. Next spark, next high, but the pattern never broke. Each time, he thought he'd found it. Each time, he was wrong. The void stayed, gnawing, relentless. Sound familiar? Ever chased a fire that burned out? Ever thought someone else could fill the hole inside you? What did it cost you? Time? Trust? Yourself? Jung's insight cuts like a blade. Lust is a mask, a shiny, tempting mask. It promises wholeness, completion, a life without ache. But it lies. You chase the fire, thinking it'll warm you. Instead, it leaves you cold, hollowed out. Why? Because the void isn't about them. It's about you, the parts you've ignored, the fears you've buried, the dreams you've let die. You think it's about finding the right person, the right moment, the right something. Wrong. It's about facing the right truth, your truth, the one you've been running from. Let's talk about that void. It's not a stranger. It's familiar. It's the quiet moment before sleep, when the world fades and the ache creeps in. It's the question you dodge, why am I not enough? It's the fear you won't name, what if I never find it? Jung saw this. He knew the human soul is a labyrinth, full of shadows, full of secrets. You chase the fire to avoid the darkness. But the darkness isn't your enemy. It's your guide. It's the part of you begging to be seen, to be heard, to be whole. So why do you run? Why do you chase the next spark instead of facing the one inside you? The fire you chase is a story you tell yourself, a story of need, of lack, of not enough. You believe it, you live it, you let it drive you, from one lover to the next, from one thrill to another. But the story is a lie. Jung knew it. He saw that the things we chase, lust, approval, escape, are just ways to avoid the real work. The work of looking inward, of facing the void, of asking, what am I missing in myself? That question is terrifying. It's raw, it's heavy, but it's also the key. The fire you seek isn't out there. It's in you, waiting, smoldering, ready to burn bright if you'd only stop running. Here's a voice to ground us. Rainer Maria Rilke said, "Perhaps all the dragons in our lives are princesses who are only waiting to see us act, just once, with beauty and courage. Your emptiness, your void, your dragon, it's not here to destroy you. It's here to wake you up, to call you back to yourself." Jung's wisdom is clear. The fire you chase is a signal, a cry from your soul. Stop looking outside. Stop seeking someone else to fill you. Look within. The void is not your enemy. It's your map. It's pointing you to the parts of you you've ignored, the fears you've silenced, the dreams you've shelved. What would happen if you listened? If you stopped chasing and started searching inside? The fire you chase is intoxicating. It's easy. It's a rush. But it's fleeting. It leaves you emptier than before. Jung's truth is brutal but freeing. lust is not the answer. It's the question. It's asking you to look deeper, to face the void, to claim the self you've been running from. You don't need another lover, another thrill, another spark. You need you, the real you, the whole you. The fire is already there, burning quietly in your soul. Will you chase another mirage, or will you turn inward and let it blaze? Why does your heart ache? Why does the spark fade? You chase, you crave, you grasp, and still nothing. That hollow feeling, it lingers, grows, consumes. You call it longing, lust, a need for another's touch. But is it? Carl Jung, the mind who dared to probe the soul's depths, saw the truth. It's not desire, it's emptiness, a void within, screaming, begging, not for love, not for passion, for you. Harsh truth, your emptiness isn't about what you lack, it's about what you deny. Jung wrote, "The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality." The void, it's your shadow, the parts of you you've pushed away, your fears, your shame, your unworthiness. They don't vanish, they fester, they grow, they become the ache you can't name. You think it's them, their touch, their love, their approval. Wrong. It's you, the pieces you've buried, the truths you've ignored. Ever felt it? That quiet moment when the world fades and the emptiness creeps in? What are you hiding from yourself? The void is relentless. It's there in the silence, in the dark, in the pause between breaths. You feel it, sharp, heavy, unyielding. You try to fill it, with lovers, with thrills, with distractions, but they don't work. Why? Because the void isn't empty. It's full of the parts of you you've rejected. Your doubts, your failures, your dreams too big to admit. You think the answer is out there, someone to save you, someone to complete you. But the void laughs. It knows. The answer is inside, always has been. So why do you look away? Why do you run from the one truth that could set you free? Jung's shadow is not your enemy. It's your mirror. It shows you what you've hidden, the anger you've swallowed, the grief you've ignored, the worth you've doubted. You think these things make you weak, unlovable, flawed, but they don't. They make you human, real, whole. The void is your soul's cry. It's begging you to stop, to look, to see, not the mask you wear, not the lust you chase, but you, the raw, unfiltered you. Have you ever dared to look, to ask, what am I afraid to face? To sit with the discomfort of your own truth? The void is cunning. It disguises itself. It whispers you need more. More love, more passion, more something. It tricks you, makes you believe the emptiness is external, a hole someone else can fill. But Jung knew better. The void is internal. It's the gap between who you are and who you could be, between the self you show and the self you hide. You fill it with fleeting highs, with bodies, with promises, but they crumble. They always do. Why? Because no one can fill what you won't face. No one can heal what you won't claim. What's the truth you're dodging? The fear you're suppressing? The dream you're too scared to chase? This is the brutal part. The void isn't a curse. It's a call, a signal. It's your soul demanding attention, demanding wholeness. Jung believed the shadow holds not just your darkness, but your power, your creativity, your fire, the parts of you that could light up the world if you'd let them. But you don't. You hide, you deny, you distract, and the void grows, louder, hungrier. It won't let you go, not until you turn inward, not until you face it. So why do you wait? Why do you let the emptiness define you instead of confronting it? Here's a voice to anchor us. Soren Kierkegaard said, "The most common form of despair is not being who you are." That's the void. Despair. Not because you lack love, not because you lack worth, but because you're not you. Not fully. You've split yourself, kept the shiny parts, buried the rest. The void is the space where your true self waits. Trapped, yearning, calling. It's not asking for another's arms. It's asking for yours. To embrace the parts you've rejected. To love the flaws you've shunned. To claim the life you've ignored. Can you hear it? Can you answer? The void is not your fate. It's your invitation. Jung's wisdom is clear. The emptiness you feel is a map. It points to the shadow, to the truths you've buried, to the self you've abandoned. Stop running. Stop chasing. Start looking. Inside. Ask the hard questions. What am I afraid of? What have I denied? Who am I when no one's watching? These questions sting. They burn, but they also free. They lead you to the void's edge, and beyond it, to wholeness. To you, the fire you chase is a lie. The void within is the truth. It's not empty. It's alive, pulsing with the parts of you you've forgotten. Your strength, your passion, your worth. Jung's shadow isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace, to integrate, to love. The void is your chance. Your call to stop seeking and start being, to stop running and start healing. Will you face it? Will you look into the mirror of your soul? Or will you keep chasing, keep running, keep hiding? The void is waiting. It's time to answer. What's the answer to the ache inside? You think you know. The perfect lover. The electric moment. The rush that makes you whole. Find it, and the emptiness vanishes. Right? Wrong. Carl Jung, the seer who pierced the veil of the human soul, saw through the lie. Lust, passion, desire. They're not the cure. They're the illusion. A shimmering mirage promising fulfillment, but leaving you parched. Brutal truth. No one can fill the void you refuse to face. Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That void you feel, it's not fate. It's not destiny. It's you. Unseen, unacknowledged, unclaimed. You chase the next spark, the next touch, the next high. You think it'll fix you, complete you, silence the ache. But it doesn't. It never does. Why? Because the void isn't out there. It's in here, in you, in the shadows you've ignored, the truths you've buried. Ever felt it? That moment when the thrill fades and the emptiness roars back? What are you really seeking? The illusion is seductive. It's dazzling. A lover's gaze, a racing heart, a night that feels like forever. You dive in, headlong, heart open. You think, this is it, the answer, the end of the hollow. You give everything, your time, your trust, your soul. But then what? The spark dims, the moment passes, the void remains. Hungrier, louder, you're left grasping, wondering why it didn't work, why you're still empty. The answer stings. You're chasing a lie, a story, a fantasy that someone else can make you whole. But no one can, no one ever will. Why do you keep believing the illusion? Why do you let it pull you under? Jung's insight is a blade, sharp, unforgiving. Lust is a distraction, a shiny trap. It promises salvation, wholeness, a life without pain. But it's smoke. It vanishes, leaves you colder, more lost. The void isn't filled by another's touch. It's filled by you, by facing what you've hidden, your fears, your shame, your unworthiness. These are the shadows Jung spoke of, the parts you've pushed away. They don't disappear. They wait. They grow. They become the emptiness you run from. So why do you run? Why do you chase the illusion instead of the truth? The illusion of fulfillment is a cruel trick. It's everywhere, in the stories you're told, in the images you see, in the whispers of your own heart. Find the right person, the right moment, the right something, and you'll be complete, happy, whole. But it's a lie, a beautiful, brutal lie. You pour yourself into it, you lose yourself in it, and still the void persists. Why? Because the void isn't about what's missing. It's about what's denied. Your strength, your worth, your truth. You think someone else can give you what you won't give yourself. They can't. They never could. What's the truth you're avoiding? What's the shadow you're too scared to face? The illusion is powerful because it feels real. That rush, that fire, it's intoxicating. You think it's love, passion, destiny, but it's not. It's a mask, a way to avoid the real work. The work of looking inward, of asking, why am I empty? Of sitting with the discomfort, the pain, the fear. Jung knew this. He saw that the things we chase, lust, approval, escape, are just ways to dodge the mirror. The mirror that shows you who you are. Not who you want to be, not who you pretend to be, but who you are. Flawed, complex, human. Have you ever looked? Really looked? Or do you keep chasing, keep running, keep hiding? Here's a voice to steady us. Soren Kierkegaard said, "The most common form of despair is not being who you are." That's the illusion's trap. Despair. Not because you haven't found the right person. Not because you haven't felt the right spark. But because you haven't found you. You haven't claimed you. You've given your power away. To lovers. To moments. To illusions. You've let them define you. Fill you. Fix you. But they can't. Only you can. The void is not a punishment. It's a call. A plea to stop chasing, to start facing, to become who you're meant to be. Can you hear it? Can you answer? The illusion of fulfillment is a cycle. You chase, you fall, you break, you chase again. Each time the void grows. Each time the truth waits. Jung's wisdom is clear. The answer isn't out there. It's in you, in the shadows you've ignored, in the truths you've buried. Stop looking for someone to save you. Stop looking for a moment to complete you. Look within. Ask the hard questions. What am I running from? What am I afraid to see? Who am I when the illusion fades? These questions burn. They hurt, but they heal. They lead you to the void's heart. And there, you find you. The fire you chase is a lie. The void you feel is the truth. It's not empty. It's alive, full of the self you've denied. Your strength, your pain, your potential. Jung's shadow is not your enemy. It's your guide. It's calling you to stop, to look, to claim. The illusion of fulfillment will keep you running, keep you empty. But the truth will set you free. Will you keep chasing the mirage, or will you turn inward and face the void? The choice is yours. The time is now. What's the ache that keeps you up at night? The pull you can't escape. You thought it was lust, desire, a hunger for another's touch. But Carl Jung, the explorer of the soul's hidden corners, saw the truth. It's not lust. It's not love. It's emptiness. A void inside you, screaming, begging, not for someone else, for you, the real you, the whole you. Jung's wisdom isn't just about unraveling the illusion. It's about a choice, a radical, life-altering choice. To stop chasing, to stop hiding, to choose you. So will you? Or will you keep running, chasing sparks that fade, fleeing the void that calls? Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. That's the final truth. The void you feel isn't a curse, it's a call to become you. Not the you the world expects. Not the you that seeks another's arms to feel whole. But the you that's been waiting, buried under masks, silenced by fears, starved by distractions. The void is your soul's voice. It's loud. It's relentless. It's begging you to stop looking outside and start looking within. Ever felt it? That quiet moment when the world fades and the truth whispers, you are enough. Why do you ignore it? Why do you chase instead of choose? The world is loud. It screams at you. Find love. Find passion. Find something to fill the hole. It's a lie. A trap. You chase the next thrill. The next lover. The next moment that promises everything. But it delivers nothing. The void stays. Grows. Hungers. Why? Because no one can fill what you won't face. No touch can heal what you won't claim. The emptiness isn't about them. It's about you. The parts you've rejected. The fears you've buried. The dreams you've let die. Jung knew this. He saw the soul's struggle. The battle to become whole. To integrate the shadow. To embrace the self. So why do you run? What's stopping you from choosing you? The choice is brutal. It's raw. It's terrifying. To choose you means facing the void. Looking into the mirror. Seeing the shadows. The flaws. The fears. Not as enemies. As allies. As pieces of you. Waiting to be loved. To be claimed. To be lived. You think lust will save you. That another's love will complete you. It won't. It can't. The void is yours. Only you can fill it. With honesty. With courage. With truth. Have you ever tried? Sat with yourself? Asked, who am I? What do I fear? What I want? Those questions burn. They sting. But they free. They lead you to you. The world doesn't make it easy. It pushes masks. Roles. Illusions. Be this. Want that. Chase this. It tells you your worth is out there. In someone's eyes. In someone's arms. In someone's approval. But Jung's truth cuts through. Your worth is here. Now. In you. The void is not your enemy. It's your guide. It's pointing to the parts of you you've ignored. Your strength. Your pain. Your fire. The you that's messy, complex, alive. Why do you hide it? Why do you let the world define you when you could define yourself? Choosing you is rebellion. It's defiance. Against the lies. Against the illusions. Against the endless chase. It's saying I am enough. Not perfect. Not flawless. But enough. It's looking at your shadow, your doubts, your shame, your dreams, and saying, you are mine. It's stopping the search for someone to fix you and starting the work of fixing yourself. Not with grand gestures, with small ones. A moment of honesty. A question. A pause. A breath. What's the first step you'll take? What truth will you face today? What piece of you will you claim? Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." That's the choice. To be you. Not the you that chases lust. Not the you that hides the void. But the you that shines. Whole. Raw. Real. Jung's wisdom is a call to action. Stop running. Stop seeking. Start being. The void is not a hole to fill with another's love. It's a space to fill with your own. Your courage. Your truth. Your light. Can you feel it? That spark inside? It's not lust. It's you, waiting to burn bright. Choosing you changes everything. It's not just about you. It's about the world. When you choose you, you show others they can too. You break the cycle, the chase, the illusion. You become a beacon, a fire. Not the fleeting kind that fades. The kind that endures. That lights up the dark. That says, I am here. I am enough. And in that choice, you find connection. Not the shallow kind. Not the lust-driven kind. The real kind. The kind that comes from two souls, whole and true, meeting without masks. Have you ever felt that? That moment when you're seen, not for who you pretend to be, but for who you are? That's what choosing you unlocks. The void is not your fate. It's your beginning. Jung's truth is clear. The emptiness you feel is a map. It points to you, to the self you've ignored, to the life you've yet to live. Stop chasing the mirage. Stop running from the void. Turn inward. Face it. Claim it. Choose it. The you that's been waiting. The you that's enough. The you that's everything. The world is waiting, not for another mask, not for another chase, but for you. Will you keep running, or will you choose you? The void is calling. The choice is now.